Yeah, let's start with that one. And do you have anything else to mention, maybe, before we start looking into this replay?
I don't know. I don't really know. I'll be honest. I'm just hoping there's some things I can work on today in something like this, or
Yeah, of
I
course.
have something tangible to
Yeah,
start on today.
of course, of course. Sounds
I
good.
don't know.
All right, let's take a look. We are rolling out on Soldier. Let's see. What is the reason why you decided to also start with a Soldier? Why and not any other character?
I'm not finding this map type or this mode. I forget, what is it? It's Assault or it's King of the Hill or something. I don't find it to be a good match for Soldier for the most part, but I want to. He's the most comfortable character right now for hit scans. So
That's okay. That's okay. I think always just as a preference. If you do enjoy playing the character, if you do like playing the character again, that's all good. Okay, let's see. What are we trying to do? Maybe because you mentioned with, yeah, there have been some problems with adjusting the playstyle. Well, let's just start with some basics. I think usually starting with positioning, the map control might be okay. So my first question to you, what kind of positions you aiming for as the soldier? What do you usually do? What's your game plan, typically?
I probably overly rely on taking off angles, but they're probably a little bit too off to the side. Maybe more of a flank angle, honestly, because I do find I get caught out and killed pretty often. Or that seems to be why I die. Like on Queen Street, like you have your team fighting on main, and then you take the back angle and shoot them in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess I try to do the same thing on every map with him.
Okay, okay. Well, generally speaking, taking off angles can be a good idea on the soldier because you do have a lot of mobility. I think in this case, we just want to try to figure out what will allow you to maintain the angle where you are and maybe seeing the quality of the angle as well. That is the most important. Just how can we handle this angle. So this one, well, going on the side seems not bad. There's a Lucio and then they push you out, and then you decide to go on this other lane. So is it because you saw the Lucio? That's why you didn't go deeper on the left side? Okay.
I don't want to get booped out.
Sure.
Booped off the map.
Okay, then there's a lot of pressure on the right side, and going back to main again. Sure. Okay, Winston's down. It's not... Yeah, it's not going too bad for us, for sure. It's going rather good, actually.
This was a good round.
Yeah.
The next two. Yeah.
I
You can probably skip this one if you want.
Well, as you wish, yeah. If you think it's the first round, well, it seems you guys been doing pretty decent. There've been some troubles though later, but whatever you prefer. Do you want to go to the second right away, or do you want to also watch this one?
Whatever you think would be best. I trust your judgment.
I think it's okay if we just keep looking at this. It should be fine. Right. Let's watch another fight. We're starting out on the left side. Sure. This map overall, it just feels more difficult for the soldier because you exactly don't have too many flank capabilities. You cannot go too deep, like I said, yeah. On that New Queen Street example, usually you have more freedom to go all this way. In here, you still need to try to aim towards taking angles. It's just all first, like we said, the quality and at the same time execution, just how I'm managing to stay there. So far we died to Venture. The Venture presses us back here again, but we managed to live. Doing pretty decent, rotating back on the main. Might be tricky when you do so, but possible. You still guys manage to stay alive in here. Run in on the left lane. This is a decent one. Again, just have the good long range sideline here. Sure. And then we pressured and we run back. Sure. Winston's dead. Okay. Right, so one thing I notice is when you start giving up space, my question to you is there's any escape plan you got usually? Let's say you're starting out here, or yeah, I think this could be a good example. Let's say we get rushed. Yeah, what kind of escape plan you have and why? Yeah, why is that exactly the plan we follow? Let's put it this way.
I guess a good example when the Venture came up there, it's like I usually just lose that matchup if they've already closed the gap. So I was just gonna immediately back out into main because I thought my team was still there.
So, is it your
I guess I
default?
don't have much of
Sorry, continue.
I guess I don't have like a super thought out plan. Just kind of retreat to where my team is, or to a corner if I have it.
I see. I see. All right. So, from what I'm seeing right now, your initial angles looks pretty decent. Obviously, there are some things we can improve about it, but it doesn't seem like the main problem to me right now, at least. So, what I see here is if we start in the positions, let's just maybe move at this example. Once you venture will be contesting you, it's gonna be here, I believe. Yeah. So you're right there. Okay, the widow. Maybe even earlier. I think it's gonna be battle one. Yeah, that's when we start. Yeah. So just we run in here. Yes, we want a lot of the space. Start with this decent angle because you have the long range sideline, starting an off angle, just constantly pressuring. But then after Venture pressures you, you need to ideally try to maintain the best angle possible, let's put it this way. So obviously we have to keep the distance now because they're really close, but your idea can be is you need to choose the lane where you can comfortably rotate. So instead of you trying to rotate back to main, so for example, if you started here and then the rest of your team is just gonna be the main here somewhere, instead of doing so, I would suggest to just try to figure out what is the next off angle I can go to. So it kind of is going to be the same idea as you do here. Yeah, you still need that long sideline. You still need to be away from your core, and you're not necessarily falling back, because if you do, then the enemy, while they chasing you, they also will be able to deal with your team on the point. So you're rather trying to choose the lane where you're trying to rotate. Sometimes we maybe can go towards another lane, but if it's really needed, if it got completely pushed out of the lane, like the good example could be right at the start of the fight when you know that the loser is pretty threatening. I cannot take this left lane anymore. This is a really risky for me for whatever reason. Then let's move to another lane here. But I usually want to consider this one. Now the question is that possible? If the venture is pressuring you this way, is it possible for you to eventually run to the left lane later? What do you think? What do you
Based
say?
on how the game was going, probably could have, yeah.
Probably.
Maybe like that front left column, so I can still shoot in that main door.
Exactly.
Kept coming through there.
Exactly. So this is what I want you to try to do. Instead of instantly falling back to your team, rather try to run in on the lane a little bit more. And there's going to be a good reason why you don't do so. So let's calling it this way. Maintain the lane as... I'm just writing it down, by the way, and all the summary. I will send it to you later. Maintain the lane as much as possible. And if there's something what is not allowing you to exist on the lane, let's say being on the lane is threatening, then we can move to another. We can just try to go somewhere where it's empty, more free for us sometimes. But usually you're trying to keep fighting for the lane. Let's put it this way. Stuff like that. Anyway, you will see that because you going back here, now this pressure, all the advantage you get from the off angles might be not as consistent, because if we do keep diverting the attention even now, let's say there's a venture who is going towards you or towards this guys, yeah, they have to choose. There's always more a deal. Of course, sometimes we cannot stay here, but it's usually, again, if it's really threatening, but you need to figure out why. Yeah, if you don't have resources, if you maybe do not have HP pack which allows you to stay there, then you can do something else, but ideally try to maintain the position where you are. Let's put it this way. Maintain the lane as much as possible. What allows to maintain the lane? Yeah, it's just purely your E, I think. First off, if you have your E, that is possible for you to stay there. Another one is maybe even more important, is cover. Cover allows you to maintain the lane where you are. And HP packs. And right now, we have HP packs, we have cover, we don't have E. But at least those two variables is enough for us to just stay there. So this is one example here. And you'll also see that you will do the same after you gonna be on this high gun here. You dealt with a widow, really good, and start running back And then you kind of default back to main lane, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, this Winston's gone. Yeah, kind of going to here. You see, is that really necessary? Or could I be rotating in my lane still? Would that still be possible?
Probably could have.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
keep
think your team
rotating.
had the cleanup.
Yeah, exactly. You just try to maintain that as much as possible. Right, let's go back. Yeah, do you have any questions so far?
I guess I'd just figure out when I know or when that point two back up or like change my angle. I'm
Yeah.
guessing that's just gonna come with more time.
This is one, but at the same time, we also have those triggers too. If you do not have rivals, which allows you to maintain the lane, like I don't have HP pack, I don't have cover, I don't have E, and there's a high chance for me to get killed on the lane for whatever reason. Like you mentioned, okay, in here, the enemy has such big offensive capabilities with a boop, so I'm not going there. Sure, this is good enough. Ideally, still find a way to try to maybe deal with them if you have enough resources, maybe push them back as a general direction. Yeah, let's kind of say it this way. Try to fight for the lane as much as possible. Yeah, but if there's gonna be good reason, like we said, being sweating and you can't get killed, then sure, go somewhere else. But remember, if the variables like this, HP packs, your resources do exist, then usually consider staying here. Just sometimes we understand that there might be nuances, like looser boop can really kill me, even though the resource is still there, or maybe there's gonna be something else, I don't know, maybe a rod or hook, which you're trying to be aware of. Yeah, just this one single ability is not allowing you to stay alive. But honestly, you still can try to manage all the maybe try to bait out those important cooldowns through using cover, for example. Yeah, if I go in and Lucy's trying to boop me, what if I play cover that well and handle that with that big movement that he will not boop me? Yeah, so instead of maybe going left side here, I can go right side. Maybe I can try to also sort of maybe do a little bit of more movement, trying to run in as well, more unpredictably. Yeah, not like in a line in a way, so they can easily boop me. And make sure you do more of a left, right kind of zigzag movement in a way. A lot of soldiers do that. Yeah, now a lot of stuff like that, to be honest. So I'm just highly suggesting still look for the ways to win the angles. If not possible, sure, there's good reason why you don't have to stay there anymore. But anyway, yeah, does it make sense, or any more questions?
I think it makes sense. I don't give up that good angle so free.
Exactly. Okay. For example, here you have really good position. You're not getting pushed. We also have Wiser. I probably would keep maintaining here. There's no reason to drop. Maybe not too big of a deal because it's the end of the fight, but still.
I think I slid off, actually.
Oh,
I think I was trying to peek over.
Yeah, happens. Okay, let's see how the next fight is gonna be. Right, starting out here, running in. This high gun is gonna be decent. Okay, appreciate the patience. Wait for your tank to push. Sure. Angle is fine, and put pressure down the choke. Probably will need to change your position if your team will push more further up, but other than that, it should be okay. This position is decent overall. Okay, keep up the pressure. Sure, Venture is not shooting us yet, but she might. Now use your E, and there's a lot of pressure on you. Yeah, this is what I want you to do. This is exactly really good. You're not exactly dropping back to main. You're rather trying to run on a lane, and then after that, I want you to find ways to run towards another, either another suitable lane, or you can continue just recontest the lane again. I'm curious, actually, do you think, is it gonna be the best decision going on this lane here and take it this way, or do you think you can do something else as well? What are your thoughts?
I really didn't think it was the best angle, but I didn't want to not be participating for too long.
That's true.
And I kind of thought the team was still on main, not to the side, so...
That's true. Maybe this lane could work, right? It seems that we don't know off angle, but can you add, let's think about the quality of it. What else we need to make this lane work? What do you think is missing right now? What it feels like?
Height, maybe.
Height?
Maybe a bit, or
Well, you
I'm
cannot
not
take
sure.
it unless you going all the way. You start here and doing this, but you want to participate in a fight, right? So,
Yeah.
okay. Why all the enemy attention goes to you? Why it's so easy to punish them? I mean, them for why it's easy for them to punish you?
I guess I'm the closest to them.
Closest to them, that's one. And who should be distracting on the enemy team? Sorry, on your team and here.
Probably the diva should be pulling the attention.
Yeah, and what your diva is doing? Is she doing so when we start peeking here?
It looks like she's trying to force the adventure from staying up high ground.
Yeah, well, sort of like the same time as we do, but it's you see that we peaked earlier, right at this time when
Oh,
she was not flying in yet. Yeah, ideally, let your tank to be active, and this can allow you to stay safe a little bit longer. Ideally, and this is why I said this is really good that you've been patient here, because you allowed your tank to be more aggressive. You allowed your team to go in a little bit more. So they can grab
mhm.
initial attention, so you can stay on the angle for free, like you did here. You just need to repeat it and do the same thing. Make sure that this guy receives attention, and then after that, you will be repeating them in 0.5 seconds later, pretty much. Stuff like that.
Hmm.
So this can be one
Okay.
more rival. Yeah, timing with tank. Timing with tank allows you to maintain the angle where you are. Just a little bit too much attention goes to us, unfortunately. Maybe you could
Yeah.
also be somewhere else. Yeah, we could probably discuss that too. But I think this is good enough. As long as you have long sideline and you're away from your team and you're able to flank as well, I think this is decent. This map, yes, might be complicated, but still not too bad for sure. And here we have to move away. Don't have a strong advantage here yet. Okay, our deal is in, and this is where you need to be careful. You just need to scout for this. Ideally, you need to be ready. If they have venture, they usually will try to sneak in around the corner like Reaper. So you need to check that first. You cannot afford yourself to check the main before you do this. Just check them. If they run
That
on
half
you,
second peek the corner, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Just check, and then after that, you'll be ready with all your resources later. You can potentially do that and maybe maintain this lane longer. Now they just got you because you was not expecting, was not checking. Yeah, so it's fine though. I say the angle itself, it's not the problem. It's just more of the quality of it, if that makes sense. Just how do I, being present on this angle, what do I do? Well, let's break it down. You challenge this here. Maybe make it work. What do you would say? What do you need to do to make it work?
Uh, I think I wasted my rocket too early, so that hurts.
That's
That's
one.
half her HP.
Okay. What about your
Um,
perk?
I probably could have waited a moment, but I don't know. I feel like I don't use that one too often. It's kind of just if I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to rotate around as much, I'll pick it.
Hmm.
And by the time I got it, it felt like I wasn't gonna be able to rotate without the venture shutting me down. So I don't know. I guess I was just trying to quickly nuke her.
Yeah, yeah. Because the thing is about any of those abilities is just potentially waiting for the moment of aggression. Yeah, and if the enemy is aggressive, then I start using my resources. Let's put it this way. So resources, just whatever you got, those allowing you to stay on the angle. Yeah, it can be your E, it can be anything else, but really resources. If you have those, if we being attacked, yeah, if we getting attacked, then you just really to that moment when you think, oh, this becomes really threatening, then you start using something. Yeah, start using all the cooldowns. Let me actually see what are the numbers on the perk right now, because I might be wrong. Just curious with the all, because I think it's definitely a really good one. Most of the people undervalue this one, I think, but
It does seem really good.
yeah, it's really good, I would say. I just want to look at the numbers for it. Okay, so there's a website. We got, okay, perks with this. A steam pack replaces battlefield. Yes, sure. So it's a lot of healing for 30 health per second. Yeah, so healing is really strong and 20% increased attack speed. So you exactly need to find this time when this guy is more active, so you don't waste it. Treat it as a, imagine you play Zarya or Winston here. If I burn my bubble here, then this guy has a choice to not deal with that, to drop completely. But if this guy is really committing, let's say maybe now, just a second later, they will be peeking me, then I think it's more worth it. It's just maybe slight nitpick,
Like
really.
TP'd out here and I wasted everything.
Yeah. It's just kind of, you need greater commitment, and before she does so, you're just kind of shooting her for free, and after that, you can get better cooldown straight because of it. And yeah, this is good you mentioned the TP, yeah? She just TP'd in, and we committed all the cooldowns. This is what a lot of the time happens. If you're not able to stay in the angles, you just didn't get the best cooldown trade, because they used one cooldown and we used two already. That's a big deal. Yeah, usually we need to make sure we trade cheaper stuff with the more expensive stuff. So ideally, they invested something. Okay, let me punish them. Maybe free shoot. Maybe I use one cooldown whatsoever later. Probably start with this here, with the perk, and then after that you shoot, and then you have the Helix Rocket as threatening tool too. Yeah, it just kind of is a finisher now, so it's more devastating. You can push them out easily, stuff like that. What's the HP as well? Oh yeah, well it says on the top, but anyway, they got to have HP eventually anyway. Yeah, so could be quite impressive actually with the Helix Rocket for sure. Anyway, also make sure you don't force this duel inside, yeah, kind of too close, because they have an advantage. But taking the duel can be okay. You just use your
I maybe could have stayed on the bridge.
yeah, exactly. Just keep using your resources, and you will be fine. Really, bridge is okay. Right. Let's see if there's anything else. Right, starting out here, shooting, sure. Going back. Okay, well, we started out with the... What do you think we're missing right now? What it seems like?
Somebody else to take attention.
Yes.
I didn't wait again.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Need that. And yeah, just have a second wait. Diva goes in, it will be much easier. I think there are also some small things too, maybe the movement, the way you peek, but doesn't matter to us fundamentally if our Diva is not going in, because this is the biggest rival right now. Just let her be active.
The only one getting looked
yeah.
At,
Maybe she might force the point to, and then suddenly all this guy's forced to drop in and deal with her.
Drops, turns around, then I peek and she's dead, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is really good. Okay, well, we mentioned quite a lot. I'm not sure. We could possibly also can try to do a live game where you can play and try to apply some of this stuff, or we could be keep watching the replays. What do you prefer?
I'm whatever you have found the most success with students before.
Yeah, usually doing the live is okay. Well, it seems that we might have limited time though, so maybe is it okay? Yeah, I think let's just start with quick play, because the competitive might be a little bit too long sometimes. So yeah, let's just start with a quick play. Yeah, you can screen share and then we'll see how it goes. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it has been a shit show of just vendetta.
Oh well, yeah, there are quite a lot of vendettas indeed. Yeah, anyway, ideally it should be okay. Just treat it as a how you would play versus Da Vinci or Reaper. Just keep poking them. Try to maintain the lane where you are. Try to run on it. It should be fine, really. You
maintain my lane and wait that extra half second.
Okay. Yes. It seems that's been the pattern there for sure. Yeah, so
it's easy enough to remember.
Exactly.
Queen Street.
Yeah, this is a really good map for us.
It's such a... I don't know if I've lost on Soldier on this map yet. It feels like... It just feels too easy for him.
Oh, well, this is true. You have those flank long-range angles, so you're right. Okay. Well, let's see how is that gonna go. Anyway, we'll still try to always run on our lanes where we are, unless it's really threatening to be there. Yeah, try to keep in mind all the resources which allow you to stay there.
And I guess those rules are just very generic rules for playing damage. Don't overcommit your
Yes.
resources. Wait that extra half second.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
always start with more the stuff you can apply in every game. Later, we can always go over more nuances too, but especially the first session, I think it's always worth it to start it this way.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Might have Mercy Pocket with us too, but I don't know.
I kind of hope not. It's so satisfying, but it does kind of make, especially quick play. I feel like that could make it too easy.
Well, let's see.
Now that I've said that, it's gonna go really bad too.
It's alright. It's alright. Just focus on trying to maintain the lane. That what matters, really, nothing else. And let's see how we do so. Maybe we can also specifically focus on your tank attacking first too. So this way it makes it easy for you to maintain it.
Tank do we even have? I got a bouncy Zarya. Okay.
Yeah.
They have a soldier.
You still can kind of poke a little bit before the fight, but you can never... Oh, this is nice. Okay, good. Yeah, so you can always poke before the fight too, but you can never poke till this way where you realize that most of your resources are used. Yeah. Or if you feel like I have to use my E early or I have to use my perks early, and then something is wrong. Usually maybe the timing was off. So you still can poke, but watch for your tank. This is the general window for you to look to trade the most important cooldowns and resources. Okay, looks good. Oh, there's 1 HP guy. Okay. Well, at least it was. Okay.
Die.
Yeah, think about your escape plan later. Most likely left side, left side. Yeah, left side is escape plan, not main. Maintaining left lane. Or maybe. Yeah,
Can I even go up? I usually go. Oh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You also have the right side lane later, but whatever you prefer, just make sure you have the long side line. Yeah, you might run out of here. Yeah, if you know that, if you see them getting really close, I think it's fine. If you start giving up the lane, go somewhere else, or like move on it. Yeah, like we said. Okay, they go after me. Yeah, can just go all the way left side. Then in this case, back, and it's gonna be fine.
That was another matchup I found to be very difficult for Soldier, with was Sombra.
Sombra, yeah. Well, there's a lot you can do to just contest her earlier. I think most of it is that. And also try to limit her options with where she can go after you. Careful.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. And he... Okay.
Oh, this guy just rolled off the map.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, we should be fine. The ball is out, and this Sombra is out as well. You can always feel free to scout too sometimes. Yeah, you can kind of free shoot where you think she might be. Okay. It's fine.
I would prefer to go right side, but if they have the ball, I don't really like it with that as well.
Yeah, usually versus divers, you don't want to be too isolated for sure. A little bit, be careful with being a little bit too close. If they get close, then run in. Keep the distance. Don't forget about it. Okay.
Zarya's back there.
Right.
Oh, there's a fair.
Try to time your pressure with the tank though. Be careful. Keep an eye on them.
She's not really.
No, it's just simple way. Yeah, exactly. This is good. So we've done some poke, yeah. We got a pick. Maybe no need to use altnet yet, so looks good. You can still, I think, trying out the right side is fine. Just be careful of the ball. See if they're rolling in, then keep your distance. Just run out. You just need your teammates' line of sight later, and that's all. Okay, waiting for your tank is worth it. Right, there's big commitment, I think.
They're really not trying to keep me out of here.
Yeah, exactly. They're really busy with the front line there, so you're quite good.
Bulk has stalled a point there. I didn't know you could do that.
Alright, I'm trying to play the right side. As soon as you see the opportunity for the Visor, your tank goes in, you can go for it, I think. That's gonna be the last fight, hopefully.
Yeah, I think this is pretty over.
I would wait for more
Spam your
commitment, though.
rockets.
Remember, this guy's... Oh, well, it's not too big of a deal now, because the point is really close. Well, anyway. Okay, well, been quite easy game there. Well...
I feel like New Queen Street just always is for Soldier.
Yeah, this is true. This is quite good map for the Soldier.
Oh, why do I have to show this?
That's fine. Yeah, I would say the only thing which stands out is you want to be careful when you know, and there's a lot about expectations, to be honest. When you know that you will be contested, then they should be ready to reposition and run out. So there was a good example when the ball was contesting us on the left side. If I know that they're really coming in, then rather run in on the lane. Yeah, like I said, we can still try to maintain it. We can still try to go deeper, or try to reposition to different one, of course, if it's really threatening for whatever reason. But it felt like in that case, it was okay.
Had enough things there.
Yeah, you could just still maintain there. And that's what a lot of the soldiers do, personally, what I see. They just moving from angle to angle, moving on the lane consistently, and that goes just fine, honestly. You even against the dive here, I think you can do quite a lot. You don't have to be forced to always reposition to another lane. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, well, we covered quite a lot of stuff. Let's see. I think, yeah, maybe it's a good time to summarize first, and then we can also discuss what we can do later, potentially. Maybe get us some sort of plan for later. All right. Yeah, you can tell me first off. What do you think you need to work on based on this session today?
I think the timing, that's a really easy thing to work on. Just flick the mouse around and see if people are ready. Not overcommitting resources. I'm going to forget to do that in the moment a lot. That's probably going to be a pain in the ass to work on.
What does it mean then? Yeah, let's try to break it down. Playing around the resources. Yeah, what we should exactly look for.
I guess kind of like how police would respond to force. Like if somebody throws a fist at you, I have pepper spray. Now it's when I would use it. I feel like that might be an analogy.
This is a good analogy. I like it. Yeah, I think it makes your all the knowledge stick too. Yeah, really. You ideally need to wait for the enemy commitment with all the cooldowns and resources. At the same time, don't forget about your effects range. Meanwhile, that's been sometimes like fighting that ball, or when we were fighting the Kiriko on Ilios, don't run into them. If you have an advantage already, maintain it. You can still stay there. You have a distance, that's fine. There's gonna be a good reason why you're getting it that close. If there's a high kill chance, then maybe go. But if not, then you kind of stay there at where you are. You maintain your distance. Let's put it this way. Yeah, maybe as a note, side note, maintain your effective positioning, you know, like in this distance, all of that, distance, etc. Unless you can get a kill. If you can, then sure, run in. If not, like running in on the Kiriko with a full HP and Suzu might be not the smartest thing. Yeah, you just need to keep your ground, keep the weight. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, this is a good
Roughly,
thing.
what is Soldier's effective distance? Because it feels way more than McCree, like
of course
20 to 35 meters, somewhere in there.
You're exactly right. Yeah, 20 to 30 meters is just fine. But you also have to adapt based on the map too. Like on Ilos, that was clear when we were on this high ground. You cannot take a longer angle than that. Maybe go towards the stairs, maybe a little bit, but it's still sort of the limit. Yeah, you still need to try to pressure, right? So you need pressure together with the best possible effective range angle, right? So sometimes the map layout is just not exactly allowing you to stay too far, yeah, like you wanna, 20-30 meters, but anyway, you try your best. Yeah, try your best. Don't run in the face, at least. Just be careful. You should be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, that should be enough. Timing, your tank is active. You can be active just 0.5 seconds. Really, they do something. You can be active in 0.5 seconds later. All right. Is there anything else? What are the other things which can allow you to maintain the lane where you are?
Having like I guess a mental checklist of the resources I have to hold it. The health pack, or
Yes.
my E, then a health pack and some corners.
Yes, exactly. Exact corners, cover, what kind of HP packs I can rotate to.